Ooh, welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave a 5-star review. I'm Shane Diefenbach, joined by Sean DePaz. If you can tell by my attitude this morning, I'm a little sad.
Just a little bit. I'm also a little sad.
If you haven't checked it out last night, we had to go live. The ASU Sun Devil Show, PHNX Sun Devil Show, had to go live at about 9:45 because news broke that Trisha Ford, head softball coach of Arizona State University, would be leaving to go coach at Texas A&M because they paid her quite a few beans. So yeah, excuse the monotone and sadness today. We'll try to get away from that, but if you haven't checked that out, go listen to that on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts. Wipe from my brain, rewind. Brrr. What did we do last night, Sean? Did we have fun?
Yeah, we watched a little hockey, won a little money. It was a good night. The Avs aren't going to the Stanley Cup, but they touched the Campbell Cup. They touched the Western Conference. So, I don't know.
Rudo, I think, no. AJ from DNVR's Avs did a really fun lip reading breakdown of the ceremony last night. And the players, he was lip reading the players saying, should we touch it? Are we going to touch it? And then Joe Sakic came out and he lip read Joe Sakic saying, of course you got to touch it. I touched it, blah, blah, blah. So go check out their stuff. They make some really good stuff. AJ's really, really good at his job. So, and I'm really excited for their coverage. It's going to be really fun to see because even just like earlier in the playoffs, they were getting fired up and, you know, a sweep of a young Oilers team that's really good and not just easy to get past. Winning the way they did and just dominating how they have been these entire playoffs. They still haven't lost a game on the road, have they?
No. This might be the first all-city championship.
Yeah, so definitely check them out. It's going to be really fun coverage for the Stanley Cup. And hopefully PHNX can have some championship coverage here soon.
One day.
Who do you think is going to be the first team to do it? I'm going to go with the Coyotes. 2027.
I honestly think it's going to be the Coyotes or the D-backs, which is pretty crazy to say, but
does Pac-12 championships count?
Does that change anything? Oh, well, U of A.
No.
No.
ASU basketball.
Okay. Sure. Hey, ASU hockey. Maybe.
Ooh, yeah. I wouldn't be
Can we
shocked.
get two championships in the same? Well, I guess this championship wouldn't be in the new hockey arena.
It could be. It could be next year.
You get a Coyotes and a ASU national championship in the same year.
Yeah. Clayton Keller scores 100 goals. Sean,
for
what
ASU.
did you do last night? Let's see. What about you? What were your picks? We had the same ones, didn't we?
Winners for the most part. The Avalanche 1.5 barely missed because they kind of went crazy in the third period. And it was alive for a second. I was thinking Puckline Jesus was going to come and save me. He did not. I'm still a sinner. And they went to overtime, and the Avs only won by a goal. But it is what it is. But the over 7.5 goals, I was a little worried for a second.
Yeah.
And then the fourth. Why am I saying that? The third period came, and all hell broke loose, and it got blown out of the water.
We were watching.
Like you said, free.
We were watching the game in a bar. Sean, you and I, we'll get into my props because this feeds into it. Whenever you and I shake hands or dap each other up when we're excited, my hand leaves that exchange with so much pain.
Hurt? Yeah, yes. No, 100%. We high-fived once one of your props hit last night, and I was excited. And then after the initial excitement wore off, I was like, oh, my God, I think I broke my hand.
Yeah. We'll get into that prop right now. Nathan McKinnon, anytime goal scorer, easy money at plus money. And then Connor McDavid, there were so many goals in this game, but I don't think anybody had a multi-goal game. McDavid was very close. Finished with 1 goal. Draisaitl had 4 assists though, and Sean, I know you had that as a prop, and that was pretty easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the logic that I had used the night before that didn't really work, or the game before that didn't really work. But today, he was just kind of due, and he caught all of his assists, all of his points really for the last 2 games. Just decided to save them all for tonight, even though it ultimately didn't matter. But yeah, his line was firing on all cylinders, and a nice little 4 assist night for
4 assist night on 1 ankle. So that's and then your other prop was Mike Smith, I believe.
Mike Smith over on saves, and that hit kind of late, pretty late into the third period. So I was getting a little nervous about that. I had to sweat for most of these, at least for a period of time, with the exception of Draisaitl. I guess he kind of took care of that pretty easily. But it was a fun night betting. It was a fun night watching hockey.
Nice 5-for-8 day for the boys. Excited for tonight. Got a really good game, really pivotal game on our hands. The Lightning need this, and if they win this game, I think they might win 4-2 in the series, just because of how
honestly.
good they are. But anytime Panarin plays the Lightning, it's not good. And Zibanejad's been eating them apart. They've been able to adjust. Obviously, the two best goalies in the NHL are remaining, and we're expecting a lot of saves tonight. And I think we both have props for that. Before we get into all of that, the DraftKings Sportsbook app is your best friend during this time of year. Not only can you bet on the NBA Finals, which Game 3 is tomorrow, you can bet on the NHL playoffs as well. But bet just $5 on the NBA Finals. Get $150 in free bets no matter what happens when you sign up using that promo code PHNX. Shawn, I got a lot of MLB picks today as well. I'm not going to give out any on the show, but I got a lot of the player to get a hit, money line, no run, second inning. I got one with Vlad Jr. I have that and him to hit a home run in another one.
Vlad Jr. is one of my favorite players in baseball, if not my favorite player in baseball.
And then I have a couple other ones I forget, but you can do that all the time with the DraftKings Sportsbook app with same game parlays in any sport, NBA, NHL, MLB, doesn't matter. This time of year is really fun because the games just mean more in the NHL and the NBA. Obviously, you're getting to both championship rounds. This is like my favorite part of the year. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get a better Game 3 in the NBA Finals. But yeah, use the promo code PHNX on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Make any $5 bet during the NBA Finals, get $150 in free bets instantly. That's promo code PHNX this week only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com and show notes for more details. Okay, well, what do we like today, Mr. Paz?
Like you said, I like the Lightning. With the way that the series has been going, I wanted to take their puck line because that's where the best value is, obviously. But the series has just been a little too low scoring and too close. So I just went with the Lightning 3-way. I think they'll win. I'm just not confident in them. I mean, it took them until the last 10 seconds of the last game or last minute of the last game for them to win. So and then I decided that I was going to be a coward that we have been bashing on for. I guess we were talking about the other series for the most part. But listen. Vasilevsky or Shesterkin had 43 saves last game and only let in 3 goals.
Yeah.
I think they'll get shots on goal. I don't expect them to get 43 shots or 46 shots on goal this game. If it takes that much to get 3 goals, and on the other side is Vasilevsky, who is, like you said, top 2 goalie in hockey and has been playing better throughout these playoffs, or has been playing better at this portion of the playoffs. The series has been kind of a grind fest. It hasn't really been. It's been pretty opposite of the other series that we've been seeing. So if the over hits, it'll probably be like a 4-2 puck line Jesus kind of empty net situation. But I just am not very confident that's going to happen with the 2 goalies that we've been seeing. So
last game, 3-2 victory for the Lightning. They couldn't get in that empty netter. But I'm still taking them -1.5. I think this is a game where they blow it open. Though I was so scared after the first 2 games because the Rangers were forechecking like crazy and the Lightning could not get the puck out of their zone. They just couldn't control the puck in general. You saw a little bit better of a time of possession in that 3rd game, and I think that they're going to run away with it in this one. And we'll get into my props in a little bit, but there's just a couple guys that I'm focusing on. And I'm taking the over 5.5 goals just because I think the Rangers are going to push back. I think we get a close game. I think we get a higher scoring game than before. But I'm just these 2 series are just so good. We were spoiled. These are like 2 of the best series you could really get. And the Rangers. If they take tonight, it's gonna get scary for the Lightning. And they got to go back to New York. I know you got a lot of props, so we'll get into mine first, and then you can do your spiel at the end. I got 2 of them. And they're the 2 best players on the Lightning. Vasilevsky, 27.5 saves is total, and it's like that because the Rangers don't get as many shots on goal as the Lightning do. But I still think that it'll get there. As I said, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Vasilevsky's going to need to stand on his head and dance like a street performer tonight. So I'm taking his over at 27.5 saves. And then Nikita Kucherov, we cashed in on his 1 goal and 1 assist prop last game. I'm just taking anytime goal scorer tonight. I think he might have 2. But +150, that's some juice, man. Throw $10, win 15, get 25 back. So I'm taking Nikita Kucherov anytime goal scorer as well. Yeah, I'm confident in Lightning tonight, but I've been confident in them. This is my 4th game in a row. I've been confident in them. I don't think I've bet on. I think I've bet the same team in these entire conference finals. I think the Avs all 4 games, and I've taken the Lightning all 4 games so far.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been on a Lightning show before. One of the shows that we talked about the Lightning.
I think you did Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I guess I would have been.
No, that was you were on Friday. You were on Friday.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I picked the Lightning. I know I did pick the Oilers in Game 3 of that series, so I have not been consistent like you. But like you, I like the Lightning. I have a few props, like similar to you, Shesterkin over on saves. You saw what they did last game with getting, 46 shots on goal. They literally they could have probably taken away a period of shots and this over would have hit. So I just have a hard time believing that the Lightning aren't going to be pedal to the metal, just peppering them with shots again. Adam Fox over on points. He's had a point in the last 7 games, I believe. So the odds aren't great, but the fact that the over is listed at only half a point, I just feel like he's been doing that pretty easily recently. So got to take that. And then Anthony Cirelli over 5.5 points. This one's a little random, but he had 4 shots on goal last game and no points. But in the 3 games prior, he had at least 1 point, all assists. So my thinking behind it is either he's going to get an assist like he has been recently, or with him getting so many opportunities, so much time on ice and shots on goal, that he's going to end up at least lucking into a goal. So with the point total at half a point at, I believe, plus 100 odds, just needs a goal or an assist to get through there, and that'll hit. So I like it.
Yep, fired up for this game. As I said, use the DraftKings Sportsbook app. You can get live odds all the time. It's just a lot of fun. It makes these games more fun, and that's something crazy to say because the NHL playoffs are like the most fun thing in the world. So just imagine how much fun you're having sitting at a bar, drinking with your friends when you got some money on the line, and you see like a Kucherov anytime goal scorer. That's a crazy prop, and it goes in the net. You get fired up. So I'm fired up for that tonight, and I'm also fired up for PHNX_sports on Twitter, because I don't know if you saw yesterday, but Mr. DePaz was on it with a pretty ominous video, and maybe might be one dropping today, and I might be in this one. So keep an eye out for that. But you can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Shawn on Twitter at Shawn_DePaz. You follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. And as I said, make sure to follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, everything, because we got stuff dropping all the time. You don't want to miss anything. Turn your notifications on here, leave a like and subscribe, and leave that 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast. Every Monday through Friday, right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. And hopefully tomorrow we won't be as sad. Let's see. Do we just go puck line again? Probably. Peace, love, and puck line.